it seems like everything's coming together for you this year on the sprint side, even on the slightly longer distances, right? If you can set a 100-meter sprint record, if you can set a 2K record for yourself, and then and set a really good 500 time as well. What have you done in the last, let's say, year to year and a half leading up to this season and this year's training that allows you to perform that well in a quite a wide range of performances on the road?
I think there's many factors. One of them is just like over time you get better, and I will keep making progress, I hope, and I think so. So it's part of the long-term progress.
Mhm.
Um, I've been, I think there was a change in my nutrition. Like I've been eating better and differently. I've lost some weight, and I think now I've figured out that I don't need to be huge to be fast.
How
And that
many
was amazing.
kilos? How many kilos did you lose?
15 kilos.
Oh wow. What were you before?
I was one at my heaviest, I was 116 kilos, and that was
Okay.
so sorry, I lost 20 kilos. Now I'm 96. I
20
lost 20.
kgs.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
that's because were you like starting from the assumption that if you're heavier, you can produce more power and thus it will help you on the erg? Was that kind of the thought
Well, it's
process?
like a mathematic equation. The
Yeah.
bigger you are, the more potential to produce the watts. And you look at the other sprinters, the other good rowers, they're all large people, tall, heavy, big muscle mass. I'm not like this naturally. I'm a smaller guy, and I don't think forcing it, like trying to get bigger, trying to get huge, was not like working for me.
Mm.
So now being closer to a more normal body weight for me works better. I don't have to push my body to be big if it doesn't work for me, apparently.
What's your size?
So I'm 1 meter 91 and 96 kilos now. I have been for a while, and that's I think that's my sweet spot, from 95 to 98. And clearly 115 didn't work. I wasn't lifting heavier at that body weight. I wasn't faster on the erg. It feels much better now, more healthy, better recovery, better sleep, better everything, day-to-day life. It wasn't fun just being sweaty from walking around, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine that. So talk us through that change in nutrition that you did. Uh, how did you realize that you maybe needed to lose some weight, and then how did you actually do it while maintaining strength levels and even, I guess, pushing even better watts on the machine while losing weight? How did you balance all this?
I think so. The reason I started to lose weight was probably having more actual rowing in mind. So if you want to be a better rower, you need a better power to weight ratio. So it's great to have power, but if you're super heavy, uh, well, power to weight ratio matters a bit more.
Mhm.
So I started losing weight, and like what changes did I make was the question.
Yeah.
So mostly when I was trying to bulk up and be heavy, I would eat anything all the time. Now, one of the biggest changes has been intermittent fasting. So I wouldn't eat before noon most days, most of the time. And that had an impact. I would eat more maybe on the other meals I have during the day, but no breakfast, no food before noon.
And
And that has worked well for me.
do you train in the morning as well?
I train in the morning, and now, well, I've been doing this for a while, and now, for example, this morning I lifted weights quite early. I had a banana before, so I I cheated there.
But
But
given that you're lifting and you're probably not lifting small weights, a little bit of sugar
no,
in the system is probably a good idea too.
yeah, but I've had some very good sessions with no food before. I think for the 12,800 meter wall record, I don't think I ate before that. So I did it around 11 noon without food, and it was okay.
I guess maybe if it had been much longer effort, it would have been a different story, right? If you're
Right.
a little low
Yes.
on fuel, I guess for the short
Yeah.
stuff, you need to be awake from a neuromuscular standpoint, and that's the I guess the main thing that matters. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and for a 12-second effort, yeah, you don't need that. And I feel I have better focus, I'm less tired. You're not just digesting food all the time. It works, at least for me.
Do you have an idea of the change in total calorie intake per day that between before and now?
No, so that's one aspect where I could probably make some gains or some improvements. I have no clue what I eat in terms of calories, protein, whatever, macronutrients. I have no clue.
So how do you balance how much you eat? Do you just do it by feel and just make
Yeah.
sure that you feel recovered from the training
Uh-huh.
and that you have enough, energy for the next days of training?
So just from experience, from what I eat normally, like by habit and whatever I want to eat, what I feel like I need. But there's nothing's calculated, nothing's planned really. So it's just day to day what I want to eat.
And you said that you're eating cleaner too now than before. Could you give us some
So
ideas of what you would eat before and maybe what you're not eating anymore?
so what I would call whole foods and less processed foods. So less um, yeah, no McDonald's, none of this stuff anymore.
Okay.
And I think that's better.
Are you still able to, how do you manage to get enough carbs in, given that you're not? Because I guess there's the drawback of those kind of processed or ultra processed foods is that obviously the quality of what you're intaking isn't there, but then the one of the maybe advantages is that it's very dense nutritionally speaking. So if you need to get in big quantities and a lot of calories, it's quote unquote easier to do this than to eat, let's say, sweet potatoes, right? So
Uh-huh.
how do you make sure you get enough carbs with the cleaner eating that you're putting in?
Well, I don't know if I get enough carbs. I've been really low carb for a while. Now I eat a bit more carbs, but I try to really avoid any bread, pasta, potato, rice. Like I wouldn't even cook that or eat that for
Okay.
a while. And now I'm back to eating a bit more of it, which wasn't in my food before for a while.
When you say a
Uh,
while, how long is that?
I don't know, probably most of the year until a few months ago, 1 or 2 months ago.
I guess that probably contributed to you losing the weight as well, right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Mm.
That was what I had in mind. Like if I want to be lean and lose weight, I have
Mm.
to cut the carbs.
Okay. And that you didn't feel any negative impact on your recovery with the training?
No, I don't think so. It
Hmm.
it worked fine for me. And I've done this in the past, so I knew from experience
Okay.
that it worked for me.